Hi guys, it's a real rainy day today, a cool day, and it's the kind of day where I would like to have a nice thick kootu. Now, what is a kootu? A kootu is a South Indian vegetable dish. It's usually a vegetarian vegetable dish made with lots of lentils. It's like a stew, but a very thick stew, very wholesome, very tasty, and very, one of my favorite dishes to have on a rainy day. In particular, I wanted to make a kootu with this vegetable. This is a bottle gourd, and for bottle gourd in particular, I like to have frozen Channa Dal. Channa Dal is garbanzo beans or kadalai paruppu, and I love to have. It's a lot tastier compared to the tur dal. Channa Dal has got more taste and flavor to it. Let me just show you the difference in case you don't know the difference between these two dals. So Channa Dal and tur dal, guys, they're both usually found in a split form. Okay, so this one is tur dal and this one is Channa Dal. Can you see the difference? They look almost alike, right? Okay, there's a small difference between the two. Let me just show you. This is easier for you guys. Okay, can you see that tur dal is smaller, and this is a little bigger. Okay, this was a problem for me when I was young, so I thought, might help. Okay, can you see that, guys? This is smaller and this is bigger. So this is tur dal and this is Channa Dal. And can you see that it's a little flatter as well? The dome is not so high and this is a bit higher. Okay, so that's basically the difference between the two. Okay, the protein content and the fiber and so on is about the same, but I just like the flavor of Channa Dal for this particular vegetable that I use. Most vegetables I would just use my sambar mixture, which is this tur dal with two other different dals or lentils. Yeah, so for this particular day of vegetable, I like it with this with Channa Dal. Since I always like throwing in some lentils to a lot of traditional Indian dishes, guys, I like to throw in some lentils, and for the convenience sake, guys, I would keep it boiled like this. Now this is my sambar mixture, which is tur dal together with pacha pairu, which is mung beans, and also Mysore dal. Okay, so this is a mixture that I use for sambar, and I would keep little packets like this in the freezer. Oops. I would keep little packets like this in the freezer, so I can just cut off a piece and throw it into a vegetables, and my vegetable becomes wholesome and healthy. So today, since I don't have I don't have a frozen packet of kadalai paruppu or Channa Dal, I'm going to make a whole lot and show you guys exactly how I do it. So today I'm going to use a pressure cooker, guys. I'm going to use a big pressure cooker because I have a lot more lentils, and this is how much lentils I've boiled. It's like, I don't know, maybe. So after I'm not boiled, I have soaked this for maybe a few hours. You don't have to soak it for many hours and all. You just have to soak it for what, half an hour or so. It's fine. But since I did it in the morning, I washed it and I soaked it, and that's how much of dal I have. So this much, this is how it looks like when it's soaked. It expands in size, and I need a bigger pressure cooker. You can also use a larger pot. It's the same. The only difference is that using a pressure cooker is quicker. So I've added some water. I'm adding a little bit more. Not too much water, guys, because too much and then your dal will start to overflow. Just enough to sort of cover the surface of the dal, and then I will put some salt in. Okay, about a teaspoon of salt and a little bit of oil as well, because that also helps in the dal not overflowing and too much of mess. It sort of stops the mess just a little bit. Okay, and then of course some turmeric powder. Okay, so I have my turmeric powder in here. This is my spice box. Okay, some turmeric powder. Now I'm going to close it. If I was going to boil this for sambar and so on, guys, I would put garlic as well, but today I'm not. I'm just doing plain dal to be used for other vegetables. So this one I'm not going to put garlic. Usually if you're making sambar, you would boil this with garlic. So stir it a little bit. So I've closed it. I'm not going to put this one first, guys. Let it let some pressure come out of this, and then I put this. That's so that I know that the hole, there's a little hole over here, right? So it's not blocked. So that's one little tip. Another little tip is I take a little bit of this kitchen paper, okay, just a little bit, and I sort of put it around here. It usually, if everything is done properly, it won't spill over. The dal won't spill over, but I like doing this just in case it does. So you're not going to have a mess overflowing onto you. So I can see some steam coming out. So I've already put the weight on it. Okay, guys. So it has just one whistle has gone out, and that basically means it has reached peak pressure. So by right, you ought to reduce the temperature a little bit. So I've just reduced the temperature. This is the second whistle. I'm going to wait for a few more whistles because this is quite a big batch, and then I'll take it out. Okay, then I'll take it out and let you guys know exactly how many whistles I used. It took to boil. So I've moved it away from the heat over there, guys. Over here, I've turned off the heat here. I've moved it over here. I'm going to let the pressure come down a little bit, and then I'll slowly take off this. You have to be very careful, guys. When you're using a pressure cooker, you've got to be very careful. Okay, it's not like it's going to explode. The current day pressure cookers will not do that, but just be careful because you could scald yourself. It's hot steam. It's cooled down a little, guys. You can tell. See? Just do that and you know that it's cooled down. So I'm going to take it out. Okay, be careful. I think with a little bit of practice, I know when it's the pressure has there's not so much of hot pressure inside. Now I'm going to put it at the sink and try and open it. So everyone, this is how it looks like now. Can you see? The dal, the lentils have retained their shape, and they are soft, but I think I'd like it a little softer than this. Okay, it is soft because if I take one and I take one like this, okay, and I press it between my fingers, it has smashed. You see? Smashed. But I like it a little softer than this, guys. So I'm going to put it back. This was 6 whistles. I'm going to put it back for maybe another 1 or 2 whistles, and then we'll see how it is. I've taken it off the heat before even 1 whistle because it was taking a little too long, and I knew that means there's inadequate liquid inside there, so I didn't want the bottom to burn, so I've taken it off. So next time, guys, if you're going to do a big portion like how much I've done, 7 whistles would do. This is roughly how I wanted it. I wanted it to be almost like more than doubled its size, and you see some of it is like smashed already. As I stir it, you can already see some smashing. So I wanted that consistency or that texture. Can you see? So some is already like that, and some, it's really hot now, so I have to be careful. So some have retained their, some would have retained the shape. So you just smash like that, it gets like that. Okay, so this is the consistency I wanted. Now what I'm going to do, because I am going to store this in in the freezer, I am now going to transfer it from this pressure cooker because it's so hot right here. It will start cooking inside. So I'm going to take it out into another stainless steel container, because stainless steel means it will cool down faster. I've got this one, and I'm going to transfer all of that boiled dal into this. Now I will cool it like this, so there's airflow in the bottom as well. So guys, it's nice and cool, okay? And now it's time to pack it for the freezer. You can use any kind of Ziploc or whatever, or you can even use little containers. I like using this because the put it in water for a short while, and then I can just break it. So that's why I like this. You don't have to use this particular, brand. This one is a little bit more pricey. I just didn't have anything else, so I'm using this one. So I will label it as well. So let me show you what I do. So I've written boiled chana dal, and then on some I didn't. I just wrote Channa Dal. But I know that when I put food in here, I would it's usually boiled or semi-cooked or something like that. Don't overfill, guys, because if you overfill, sometimes you find if it's a little bag, sometimes you find it difficult to seal, and because you also want to get all the air out, right? And that is what contributes to food decaying, right? So I'm going to like basically flatten it like that. Okay. See if I can show you guys. I'm going to do this. Okay. And try to spread it out. And at the same time, I want the air to go out because, whatever. Yeah. So that much of air has already gone out. So this is like a thin disc, not a disc. It's a thin, flat bag of boiled chana dal. See, I've gotten most of the air out as well, and this is the same. This one is a little thicker, so I don't like it like this. It's a bit too much for me. I prefer this because I usually use chana dal only for vegetables and so on, not to make sambar, and so I only need small portions. You can also use chana dal as a filling for sweets, right? So you can do a lot of things. Chana dal is so tasty, guys. And with a little sugar and coconut and so on, you make it as a filling, and then you put some batter. This is like an Indian dessert, Indian tea time snack as well. So it's yum. So everyone, that brings us to the end of today's cooking. I hope that this is how much I have. Oh no, a lot more. Okay. One of the reasons I decided to do all of it, I've got this much, guys. One of the reasons I decided to do all of it was because I had kept that chana dal out for a while, and I was worried about bugs. So there were no bugs, but I was a little worried because chana dal sometimes doesn't last too long outside. So I am going to freeze all this. My husband is going to be so mad because when I fill up the freezer and he can't find what he wants to find because the freezer is stocked to the brim, he gets really mad, and I seem to do it over and over again. So guys, if you like my channel, do give me a thumbs up or a heart, and if you've enjoyed it, share my videos and also subscribe to my channel. Guys, if you have seen if you see that some of these videos are repeated, please do bear with me because I'm trying to merge two of my platforms, and I'm trying to consolidate everything so that I just do it one time and I put it in both platforms, because it's like really quite difficult for me to do individual videos for either one platforms. So if you've seen this video before, or if you feel like you've seen this particular thing, just skip it. Otherwise, you can watch it. Okay, and thank you so much for joining me today. Here's Shakila Shanmugam signing off. Bye, everyone.